Alright, so here's I'm back, and this thing, she's in the shop, but she's not getting work done. She's running and driving, surprisingly. I'm sorry, old girl, I had to say it. But she's up and going, and my tires are both, they're even both holding air. I probably just jinxed myself, but they were, one of them were going flat. I think it's this one that kept going flat, leaking everywhere. They're dry rotted like a motherfucker, but this is a Craftsman Square Body. If you're new here, probably one of my favorite mowers I've ever built. Well, best memories with, I would say, probably. For sure. Besides old Betsy, I love old Betsy, but this is probably my favorite mower I've ever built. She's got a winch on it. It has a light bar that is wired up to a stock switch. Well, from a different mower, but stock hole in the switch. She's got an 18.5 horsepower V-twin. Except the different gas cap than stock. You got the personal fitted oil filter on here, because the steering arm and this engine is not supposed to be in here. It's got, this is the choke, push button start. This is the on and off. It's got a key. I like push buttons, but I like to have a key. Even, you know, even that you can just put a screwdriver in there, you know, it makes it harder. You can't, you know, you gotta have a screwdriver, you know. 3 different switches here. These are all for taillights. I have that taillight. You can't really see them. They're all mud. Yeah, it's freaking, the mud's frozen. We got snow here. So 2 of those. That's wired up to 1 switch. I got those 2, which this one's like, I gotta fix. It's missing a bolt. I gotta fix that. But those 2 wired up to 1 switch, and then that one. Now, this thing did have that 6-speed Peerless in it, but now it has a hydrostatic in it. I will lift this thing up in a second and show you my winch works and show you the underneath of it, but it does have, my belt's off. Oh no, it isn't. I thought my belt was off, but has a hydrostatic in it now. I'll show you transmission mounts and everything under. The thing basically bolted right in. It's got ATV tires on it, custom rims, ATV rim with a lawnmower hub welded in it. I actually didn't weld those. My cousin welded one. Well, they were both welded when my cousin got them, but one of them ended up breaking, so he had to re-weld one of them. I didn't weld these ones. As you can see, there's no battery tray right here because the battery is actually back here. I want to put just a little box in there. But this seat was originally actually on old Betsy. 1 animal box. I gotta go through my animal boxes. I honestly don't even know what's in these things anymore, to be honest with you. Keep that up. This side, I still got some work to do. I mean, I said I'm not working on it, but it needs work done to it. In here, as you can see, this thing's going down. It's got a voltage meter. You can see reading. Oh, it's got a bad connection somewhere. Sometimes when you move it, as you see it restarts. But USB. Well, there it is. I didn't see it lights up. There's bad connection somewhere on this. I tried finding it one time, and then that cigarette lighter. These are locks for my ammo box, toolbox, and stuff. They're little locks. Just those little locks for my 2 ammo boxes and that back box. If I ever go anywhere or anything, just in case, if I wanted to lock it, I can. This is welded in here for this to be on. This is my winch controller. It's a wireless winch. Yes, that is my ground. We ain't talking about it. That could be part of the problem, but it did it before that too, I think. I don't know. So I'll mess with that. But you open it up in here. You got this tray of crap. Like I said, I gotta go through all this. I honestly don't even know what's in here anymore. But that lock too, or whatever. But batteries right here. I got only 2 going to the positive. I actually did my wiring somewhat decent. So you got that and that. Hold on. Get this out from under here because I'm pretty sure that'll start shorting out if I leave it like that. But then just ground. But yeah, that's it for in here. The battery in here, I mean, it isn't the best choice you could choose if you're like wondering if you should do it or not. I originally did the battery in the back because of I was broke and I didn't have any other batteries besides a car battery, and I wanted to use the car battery, and I kind of always wanted to just try putting a car battery in a lawnmower, see if it works any better or anything, which it don't really. Battery still can die just as fast. Doesn't really change anything. Granted, mine, I had shorts everywhere, so yeah. But I don't honestly think it's worth it. Honestly, I think you should, because even once I did figure everything out with it. So as I was saying, even after I figured out everything with that car battery and got it working right, I don't know, it just wasn't worth it. It adds more weight and it don't really last any longer than if you keep these lawnmower batteries good, they'll last forever. I don't, but they will. You know, I've had batteries that have lasted forever. You gotta get good batteries. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky, but you just gotta keep them nice and they'll last for you. Got this back rack. So, you know, I'm saying, I want to switch to, I would keep a lawnmower battery. If you want the battery in the back, you know, more traction in the rear end, kind of. It's farther back, so. But I don't know if it's really worth it even putting it back here, because you're not getting any extra storage space, because you're taking more storage space back here than, you know, but you get more access in there, though, for your transmission and stuff. I do want to put another fuel tank on this thing at some point, but... Alright, let me lift this thing up and I'll show you guys the underneath. So, this is underneath of the mower. I have a somewhat beefed up steering arm. It's just off a different mower. I didn't actually weld or anything. This one's just beefed up. I had to cut it a little shorter and drill in the hole, but it is somewhat beefed up. That looks real fucked up because it probably is. I gotta bend this down a little bit, but it's a little in line, but it's still actually pulley swapped. It's got the same pulley I had on it when I had the 6-speed, when I had this thing pulley swapped. So I'm cheap and I have no money, so I needed to make this belt work, which I still got to put 2 more idlers right this, because right now, as you can see, the belt's rubbing like that, so I need to push them in. As you can see, I can pull this belt with nothing because my clutch spring needs to be replaced. The clutch on this thing's absolutely messed up horribly, but as you can see, I had to do bracing and stuff, but it works. But I need to get a stronger clutch spring. So right now, this thing I literally bolted right in. No welding, nothing. Same transmission mounts in the back. Luckily, those bolted right in. Drilled a hole for this one, bolted it in there. This one, I was being lazy, and I couldn't get a drill in there, so I just self-tappered it in, and I mean, I've been riding it. It's the thickest self-tapper I could find, well, that I have in my set. So, it's in there. It's fine right now. I got bracing, as you can see, both sides of the frames. If you're new or haven't watched any of the videos of when I redid this thing one of the times. But this is a hydrostatic. This, I gotta reconnect this. This is for you can push the thing. I gotta hook that up. I don't have the brakes hooked up either. I don't really care. I doubt they work. I mean, possibly. I wish this thing had internal brakes. If it did, I would hook them up. Because internal brakes, if you have a hydrostatic, they always work. And good. They lock the tires up. But These are those freaking stupid disc ones. And those discs don't last long. Not they're little tiny brake pads, but they don't last worth shit, so. Yeah. But, I do gotta bend that down a little bit. But besides that, things pretty good. I gotta cut this off still too. I was being lazy, but as you guys seen, I just did a video. The winch works. This is I have the winch thing mounted right here. Ooh, there's a cut in that, isn't there? That's achievement. But I just have it zip tied right here. I actually gotta tighten that zip tie up or something. It's kind of loose, but it'll be fine. As you can see, I gotta get some new bushings in the front end, but honestly, the lawnmower, I don't really care. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I think that's it, at least. There isn't much to it. I gotta find the piece for this fender flare I broke off. It's broken off a few times. I gotta find where it is. I should just buy new ones. These things were on Old Betsy too, these fender flares. These fender flares are ancient, but this, I think it's this one. One of these tires I did have to put a tube in because dry rot. So all 4 of these tires have dry rot, except one of them has a tube in it, a new tube. I think both front ones have tubes in them too, but they're so old that they're starting to leak. This I'm pretty sure is the tire that was going flat. You can see things falling apart. I want to get some snowboard tires, for some kind of mud tire for the front of it, because these suck. Because this thing's actually pretty fast, and I could drift if I could actually steer, but you ain't steering with these things. It just slides with stock. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, peace.